charges for this call, press or say 2. To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
I don't consent to the recording of this call. Thank you very much for taking my call. I was trying to contact my mom, but they have not authorized her number's basically being blocked by the administration, and the counselor can't figure out why. I spoke to her Saturday a week ago when I got here, and they had given me some numbers to give out in order for anyone that wanted to put money on the account so I could order some commissary. Well, the number they gave me to give her was the wrong number, so she apparently tried to do that, and it hasn't worked. And then she sent them a cashier's check here, which they're not going to receive. And finally, yesterday, I got the correct number, and I was hoping that you could relay this message to her, and that way, if she's able to, she would be able to use the right number and put some funds on the account so I could try to order some food.
I've woken up from a dead sleep, but anything you say, she will. She will hear. She will hear anything you say.
Rudy, you're just a true friend. a godsend and a warrior in the arena with us all.
I want you out of prison, man. Not only that, but you remember your web.com folks? You know your web.com folks that handles MikeParsons.org?
Yeah.
They hit my credit card for $1,501, so I'm having to fight them to get my money back.
How much?
$1,501.
For what?
Some kind of customized web program crap. I'm fighting them to get my money back, but I think they're going to give it. I think I'm going to get my money back.
That's total BS. My only deal with them is $50 a year.
Yeah, I know.
There's no custom anything.
I know. They said they're going to give me the refund, and I got a management approval, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just thought it was kind of a pain in the neck, you know. But don't worry about it. We're going to get it taken care of, so it's no big deal.
My gosh.
How you doing in West Tennessee Detention Facility? I just found out yesterday that you were at the new place.
Well, of course, I got no advance notice, and guess what I found as I was leaving Tipton County Jail, and I was putting on my suit, that I've been wearing the same suit for the last 2.5 years everywhere I go. Of course, they've never washed it; it's dirty. But inside the property bag was letters from, lo and behold, Rudy Davis from February.
Wow.
Yeah, and these people, they just don't care that they're interfering with the mail. But there's no accountability, and I just sit here and watched a little news blurb on the TV about all these ICE raids where they're arresting all these people that are here for not crossing every I and dotting every T, but yet they're gainfully employed people. They're actually getting up off the rear ends. And guess what? I'm housed in a unit full of young men that were born in this country that are too damn lazy to get up and go to work, and that's why they're here, because they're a bunch of damn thieves and drug dealers. And I'm just wondering, maybe they could learn from these people that migrated here illegally, that actually get up and go to work to provide for their families instead of stealing from people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just, I was born at a time where the men got up and went to work, the women stayed home and whooped the butts of the little babies, and when Dad got home, if the baby still needed a butt whooping, they got a little more butt whooping.
Amen.
They all grew up to be responsible young men and women, and they all started having their own babies and started whooping their own babies' butts so that the own babies didn't become little brats. But these guys in here are little tyrants. They think they're entitled to just go steal stuff, and I shouldn't be held accountable. That's like, how would you like? I sat there for an hour outside in the bird cage the day before yesterday. Well, how would you like it if somebody came and kicked in your door and stole your stuff? Well, man, I only stole from UPS. I said, okay. So let's say I start a business in my garage that's feeding my family and a bunch of other people's families, and you go break into my garage and you steal the operating expenses. Okay, we got a shipping company, and you steal our customer's product, so now our customer won't use us because we can't keep his product safe and ship it properly. So now we're out of business, and we're hungry. Where we before were providing for ourselves legitimately and our families and a lot of other people's families, now we're in hard times. I said, dude, your mindset is screwed up. You really, I said, let me teach you how to do a legitimate business that's not that hard, that you can make a lot of money. And you can help people in the process. He didn't want to hear that.
Wow. Incredible.
They've been brainwashed. From the time they've been brought up, they've been brainwashed in this gang culture of doing criminality, because that's what we do, and they're stuck on stupid. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And and I assume, well, this guy's really not for real. He's just saying that just to see what I'll say. But no, then I talked to them for a while, and they seriously want to be criminals.
Wow.
They have been brainwashed into some fantasy land that hurting other people doing criminal acts is actually a cool thing.
Hey,
I think it's the rap.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what is the restrictions on getting your mail? Can you receive like more than 3 letters in an envelope? I mean, 3 pieces of paper in an envelope?
As long as it's non-threatening, you can send it as long as it's got my name in some form. Now, I showed the mail lady yesterday. I said, look, I get mail that says Ambassador Michael Parsons. Are you going to receive it and give it to me? And she said, I don't care about that. I just want to know that your name's on there. But they want it's the U.S. Marshals agency number, the agency number that has to be, and please, anybody listening to this, put that number below my name and write agency number, and it's 302-37047.
Got it. And you have the whole address memorized, or you think you'll be there for a while, or you think they're going to move you?
I think I'm going to be here for a while because, once again, I'm not doing the TB test, and they're stuck. I'm like the hot potato. Just like before, the reason they didn't move me is because they can't move me without doing the without doing the TB test, and I'm not doing their chemical injection. I'm not doing an X-ray. Those are harmful. They're against my religion. But they're talking about looking into the breathalyzer and/or the urine test. And I said, look, if y'all do the urine test, you'll find it's cheaper than any other form of test. I said, are you all about just verifying somebody doesn't have TB? Or are you trying to make money for a chemical company of artists selling chemicals? You have to decide, what is your purpose? If your purpose is to make money for a chemical company, I'm not on board with you. I said, everybody knows I don't have TB, and I'm not going. This is all about Mike Parsons standing for his right to practice his religion of not harming his body. Though I've been starved and I'm barely alive and I look like hell, I still want to survive. And this is how I do it. I don't do things to my body that are damaging. Now, can I give you a number to give to Mom?
You bet.
Okay, if she goes online or if she calls Western Union, or if she goes into the Western Union store on their site, it will say, I want to pay a bill. You click the pay a bill, and you're going to, in the to section, the company name is Correction Corp of America. Correction, Corp, C-O-R-P, of America. And then beneath that, it will ask for the account number, and there you're going to put a commissary number of 5361939, and then my last name, Parsons, Parsons. And then the next line down, it will say attention, and there you put FYI, code, and then the equal sign, and then in capital letters, TRUSTCCA. And then there will be, I assume it's in their own format, the word state equals, and then 2 letters, TN. So the operative information that she needs is to send it to the corporation or Corrections Corporation of America, and the account is commissary number 5361939, last name of Parsons, and then the FYI code is TRUSTCCA, and the state is TN. And I'm basically trying to get some essentials.
Hey, Mike,
postage.
quick question. I talked to your mom, I think it was yesterday, and she's fighting some severe health issues, and we need to keep her in our prayers. Is there any way that she was asking if she sends me, say, $50, could I do it online? And I don't know. Can I send you money to your commissary online so she don't have to go visit?
Yes.
Westernunion.com? Westernunion.com?
Yeah, I guess, let's see, online payment, westernunion.com/corrections, and they take credit cards and debit cards, and the fees are $4.95. All
right. So we'll see how she wants to handle it. I'll volunteer to help if it saves her making a trip to some office. But I defer to whatever her preference is. But I got the impression she's kind of stressed out dealing with a lot of different things.
She's very stressed out because obviously she's 80 years old, and
right.
Little bitty details are getting past her. And they're getting past me because, number one, I'm giving the wrong information here. And so when she does something and it doesn't work, she gets frustrated. She's the type that she has a very short patience with.
And this prison system is absolute pure satanic BS administrative crap. And an 80-year-old woman who loves you and is having to deal with this is just insanity, So.
All right, I'm going to try to order the envelopes, and I'm going to. Now they've got a computer in here. I was able to get on it yesterday. Briefly for just a few minutes, but I'm going to try to generate some letters that are obviously legible to send to all these people that I've sent correspondence to over the last 7 months to see if any of them ever got my correspondence, number one, and then try to start resending stuff because under the law you've got the ability, it's called notice of, if you've never been given notice of a court proceeding, you're not subject to the timetable until you've actually received notice. So I've got to send all these courts and all these places notice and let them know that, hey, if you sent me something since this time, well, I never got it. And if, this is where I'm at the moment.
Hey, can you receive books? Can you receive paperback books or hardback books? Do you know?
I think I can receive paperback books. Here's the thing. I'm focused on
right. You got to focus on your legal fight.
My wife's case and my case. The only thing that I would say an exception to at this time is if there's like the Timothy Carpenter case, the most recent cases having to do with 924C. Even though my case did not have a 924C, they're trying to claim that my prior bogus convictions are crimes of violence. And me telling some guy to stop shooting in Tipton County 10 years ago is not a crime of violence. It's a necessity. It's a right, number one. It's a necessity covered under law, number two. And I actually followed the Tennessee Code. And that moron, whoever that guy is that says that Pat was 800 feet away, he's a moron. She was less than 80 feet away from the guy shooting. She was not behind a hill. She was on a little bit of a hill. From where he was to where she was, she might have been 10 foot higher in elevation. Okay?
Yep.
She's not hidden by trees. There's little bitty 3-inch saplings and bushes that she's behind. The point was that she is brutally honest as am I. She said she was behind some bushes and trees. She didn't see everything, which is the truth. But yet the bullets go right through that stuff.
Yep.
She was shot at. Eyewitness. I'm not behind any trees. I'm standing out in the middle of a field, and bullets are flying past me and bouncing off the ground and hitting my dog that's running towards me. I see this stuff. I was less than 100 yards away from the perp. And his buddy, his so-called victim, was instructing him to shoot. He's complicit in the attack. He's instructing him to shoot. He's a shot caller. That's a crime. He's equally guilty. Those people like that guy, I believe he's either on the payroll or, as that 30-year NSA agent said, he's a sycophant.
Yep.
He gets off on accusing people just because he wants the system, the corporation posing as government, to be right. In other words, these people do not respect the truth. The truth does not matter to them. I sent you a copy of that stuff to send up north, and I don't know if you I'm sure you didn't have time to read it, but one of the pages I sent you was why I could not be guilty of that charge. And I lay out the definition of the words that Congress has created certain definitions for the 922 little g little 1. And anybody that's charged with that need to read those definitions, because by definition, none of them can be guilty of that charge unless they're a non-living entity and everything else that goes along with it. The word state doesn't mean the several states. It means the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico. The word state in interstate, it applies to District of Columbia only. So the gun had to come through the District of Columbia or Puerto Rico. If you're taking a gun, or if a gun was shipped from one of the several states past another, that doesn't mean interstate commerce.
Got it.
Anyway, people do not read the fine print, and because of that, they're deceived, and these judges are corrupted. The courts, this is a business, and for Mike Parsons, suing a corrupt judge, all these people circle the wagon because they know in their hearts that they too are corrupted, or they're ignorant of the law, and neither is a good thing. Like the FBI, they either searched the airplane and they missed an AR-15 and a little bitty Cherokee 140, or they never searched it in the first place, or, they did search it. The point is they either missed it or it wasn't there.
Yep. Hey, there's no doubt in my mind that the FBI is corrupt. That just goes without saying, in my opinion. I mean, people they haven't figured that out yet, but there's so many examples of how that whole organization entraps people and incarcerates innocent people. But hey, regarding Vincent Finelli, my wife listens to him on his radio show all the time. I don't have time to listen to talk radio, but she says that he's got health issues, that he's fighting for his life, and she's very impressed with his, radio program, and says all kinds of wonderful things about him. But my impression is that he has abandoned you. I mean, has he ever received your phone call, or has he ever returned a letter? I mean, do you have good feelings about Vincent Finelli? I mean, I'm just curious.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know the motivation or the extortion level. Realize my wife pled guilty to a crime she never committed because of extortion. I don't know that he has not been extorted. And here's the thing. He's responsible not only for his wife, but the rest of his family. And he's older. And he's a one-man guy out there, and he's not going to stand down an army of goons that are going to come out there with the intent of trying to kill him. So if he's been told by the goon squad to not say anything about me, then that's the reason. But I don't know. I'm not there, and I don't want to say anything that I don't know. I respect him immensely for the ministry that he does in his radio talk show. But all I'll say is that I thought I was a friend. I may have misjudged. I may have just been an acquaintance who he admires, but at the end of the day, I'm still just an acquaintance, and I'm not viewed as like a family member or brother, which I thought I was, but I may be wrong. And that's worst case scenario. I wish him and his family the best.
Okay, man. Yeah, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's just Erin and I are talking about it, and she loves the guy. She thinks he's the greatest in the world about his talk show. And but I was like, man, if he's such a good guy, then how come he's not, returning your letters, or at least receiving a phone call or writing you a letter or something, But it ain't none of my dang business. How he decides to live his life is his dang business, and I was just kind of curious,
I know when another guy's pig farm was raided, and they were trying to steal all his pigs, and the court up in wherever it was, Illinois, was trying to get him to give up his pigs. He drove all the way there and supported the guy when the guy went to court on the matter. But I know that Vincent had a friend that's a radio talk show host who is popular. I won't say his name because you know him. And the guy, I talked to him across the table eating dinner while he sat there and ate a 3-4 course meal. I'm sitting here drinking a cup of coffee because I don't have a dime in my pocket. And Vincent did buy me something to finally eat. But the guy, he told me after I explained what happened to me and my wife, he said, "Well, Mike, quote, yours is not the case that I can get behind."
Wow.
And I don't understand that. So my theory is that it's all packaging, because I am of Native American descent. I am a guy who supports what I view as traditional American values that he doesn't grasp. He's of a European descent, lives out west, and I think that because I do not support an organized, bureaucratic sheriff who, took the government to task and won over the Brady bill, the ammunition capacity magazine and stuff.
Yeah.
Sheriff Mack's his friend, and I don't dislike Sheriff Mack. I just think Sheriff Mack is selling his issue and making himself more than what he is. Yeah, he did something great, and I support him for that. But on these other issues like individual sovereignty, he's not there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. No, I don't have a real high opinion of Sheriff Mack, although he's done some good things. But anyway, that's interesting, man. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm different because I support your right to do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting me. That's individual sovereignty. You come and go as you please. You can cross my land. You can take game. You can drink the water. You can pitch a tent, but don't build a house because it's my land. Keep moving. Now, you want to stay and you want to live with us? Any Native American nation would allow you to enjoin their family and become relations with them as long as you do as they do. Come on and get on board and let's. You can be part of our family, but that's anywhere you go. But yet you got the right to travel. And now in this country, it's been hijacked by people with European ways that have abandoned the Native American foundational principles of this republic. The republic was created based on fundamental belief that we have rights that come from our Creator. Those references in the Declaration of Independence are not spoken enough because they come from the Native American Iroquois Confederacy, and they don't want you to know the source of that. They don't want you to know that Europeans came over here and slaughtered the very source of the foundational principles of this country. They want you to go back to European concepts of vertical integration where everybody's beneath someone else, whereas as they talk about in the movie Dance of the Wolves, we're all equal. We're on the same plane. No one is any greater than anybody else because we're created by a Creator who made us equal. And they don't want to be equal. They want to be superior.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Anything you want to say to your mom or up north that while we got this opportunity?
Where I'm at now, I just found out that all the phone numbers that I had previously approved are still approved. So I've got Mom's number, though, they've got it administratively blocked, and she might be able to call here. Or it could be that she needs to make sure that she hasn't accidentally hit a button and blocked it. But I'm doing what I can on my end to try to correct that. And God bless, Mom. Relax. Don't stress. Just, we're going to get through this. I need you to take care of you as you are.
1 minute remaining.
And I've got Lauren's from Ohio's phone number here active. I can call her. I've got Stanley's phone number. I've got John Holland's phone number if they will answer the phone. And I've got Mr. Lee's phone number. And if they will answer the phone, let me know. And if they want to call, otherwise, I don't have the ability to call them prepaid at this moment. If I do, I will. But whatever logistically is best, if people want me to call, I will. And God bless you, Rudy. Thank you for all that you do. And all those people that are out there listening, if you can help, these are phone calls are paid for by Rudy and his ministry, and I know that this is me asking again, but if you can help. When I'm out and I'm able to refund, please send me a bill. I would gladly.
We love you, Mike. We love you, Mike. Hey, we heard from Pat, and I think she's doing fairly well, and we're praying for her. We lost him.
West Tennessee Detention Facility. To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this, your prepaid collect account balance is 13 cents. This balance is not enough to allow a call to be completed. Please contact IC Solutions at 1-888-506-8407. Please press 0 to be transferred to IC Solutions.
Okay, that was a follow-up phone call from Mike. I'm sure he wanted to know what I was going to say about Pat, but that first phone call cost $7. It actually cost $10 because there's a $3 fee. So that was a $10 phone call, and he didn't even get a follow-up phone call. That's insanity. These private prisons are making a killing. Imagine getting $10 for every 20-minute phone call. That's insanity.